All right, let's go ahead and slide into our next and final slate. And that's going to be in Major League Baseball. Beginning with the Athletics taking on the Indians. 6:10 Eastern first pitch in Cleveland. Man, my specs are dirty. Cleveland opened the betting as the $1.35 favorite, total at 8. Nickel move toward Cleveland and movement downward on the total, minus 140 and 7.5. Once again, Cleveland opened $1.35 up to minus 140. Total open 8 down to 7.5. 62% of the consensus is leaning toward Cleveland. 59% shaded toward the over. Right now, Oakland's plus $1.25 on the money line. Cleveland plus 140 on the run line. We have Bassett for the A's, Bauer for the Indians. Bassett comes into this game 2-1 with a 1.93 ERA. Oakland is 5th in road scoring, 4-1 straight up in their last 5 when traveling. Cleveland on the other side, 27th in hits. Their offense is averaging just 3.9 runs per contest. And when it comes to the total, Cleveland is, oddly enough, 8-3 to the over. Those lines really adjusting. 8-3 to the over, taking on teams between 460 and 540. That's a win percentage, of course. Very bizarre stat there. But with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Oakland plus 1.5, getting the job done on the run line. And the over 7.5 in that game. Real quick, shout outs for Major League Baseball. Shout out to Ricky Bobby, Sean Smith, Chuck Half Pinter, Pro Line Master, A.A. Ron D, Mean Gene Hart Sr., Tayshawn Williams, Sports Gambling Daily. That's Jared, who has a great YouTube channel of his own. Make sure you check out Sports Gambling Daily on YouTube, who he just started out not too long ago. Exponential growth there. Me and him chat back and forth. And I told him yesterday, like, dude, your channel blew up a lot faster than mine did. Mine was an incredibly painful, slow build. And I think after my first year of doing videos, I was averaging like 20 views. It was just pure hot garbage. Nobody cared. So Jared, keep up the good work, man. You will be over 10,000 subs in no time. Give it about a year and you'll be there, dude. Great content there as well. Once again, Sports Gambling Daily on YouTube. Next shout out, Matt, it's going to be May. Part of the Beard Gang. Matt May, what's going on? Jerry, we the best. No, Jerry, you're the best. And last but not least, I don't recognize this name, but welcome to the chat. Lux Boss. I likes that. I likes that. I likes that Lux Boss. The name is Lux Boss. And we like Luck. We love Lady Luck. So anyway, the Lux Boss. Shout out to you. All right, let's go ahead and slide into our next game. Break this one down extensively. We have Colorado at Pittsburgh. Give me Colorado minus 110 and the under 7.5 in that game. Next matchup, Yankees at Baltimore. Give me the Yankees minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 in that game. Next matchup, Phillies, Cubs. 7:05 Eastern first pitch at Wrigley Field. The Cubs open the betting as the $1.35 favorite. No total as of yet. And of course, I say it every episode. Anytime you have a game at Wrigley, normally that line on the total doesn't get posted to about 2 hours before first pitch. You got a lot of very weird weather out there in Chicago. Wind and rain and hail. I don't know. I don't know about the hail. But anyway, Chicago, once again, open 135 down to minus 130. No total as of yet. Pretty good matchup here. We have Eflin for the Phils, Quintana for the Cubs. Eflin's 5-4 with a 2.89 ERA for the Phillies. Quintana 4-3 with a 4.03 ERA for the Cubbies. The Phils are 4-1 in their last 5. They're 5th in runs allowed on the road. Chicago's 22nd in hits at home. They're also losers in 4 out of their last 6. I like Philadelphia getting the job done here. Want a little bit of insurance on this one, though. Give me Philadelphia plus 1.5, getting the job done on the run line. Next matchup, Red Sox, Blue Jays, 7:07 Toronto. The Sox open 135, total at 9. Nickel move toward the Sox up to 140. Once again, the Red Sox open 135 up to minus 140. Totals at 9. 72% on the Sox, 61% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Jays are plus 130 on the money line. Boston plus 105 on the run line. Eduardo Rodriguez for the Red Sox, Eduardo Rodriguez for the Red Sox. Matt Stroman for the Blue Jays. Boston's fifth in scoring, third in walks on the road. Toronto last in hits at home on average. They've also won just 8 out of 22 at home this year. And when it comes to the total, Toronto's 4-2 to the under in their last 6. Give me Boston minus 140 and the under 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Washington. Mets, 710 Flushing, Queens. The Mets opened $1.45, total 8.5. Whole bunch of movement on this one. 15-cent fade of the Mets on the money line. And we saw that total move all the way down to 7.5. So once again, New York opened 145 down to minus 130. Total open 8.5 all the way down to 7.5. 64% of the consensus is leaning toward the Mets. 60% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Nationals are plus 120 on the money line. The Mets are plus 160 on the run line. We have Eric Fetty-Wap on the bump for the Nats. Wow, nobody's talking about Fetty-Wap. But anyway, Eric Fetty for the Nats. Zach Wagon Wheeler for the Mets. Washington is fourth in strikeouts. They're also striking out their opponents 9.74 times per contest. They're 5-4 straight up taking on the Mets this year, and they are winning 62% of their games played at the current market price. Now, the Mets on their side of things, they're winning just 37% of their games, taking on teams allowing more than 4.2 runs per contest. Very bizarre stat there. The Nats are also 27th in home walks. They're walking batters basically 4 times per contest. They're walking 4 batters per game. Just free passes. Here you go. Have a base. Total-wise, the Mets are 67% to the under when Zach Wagon Wheeler makes the start. They're also 70% to the over in their games played at the current posted total. Give me Washington plus 1.5 in the over. 7.5 in that game. Next matchup, Dodgers, Rays. Give me the Dodgers winning that one outright. Next game, Marlins, Tigers. And that is going to be a 7:10 Eastern first pitch in Detroit. Detroit opened the betting minus 110, total at 8 flat. We're seeing a nickel fade of the Tigers and movement downward on the total. Minus 105 and 7.5. Once again, the Tigers open $1.10 down to minus 105. Total open at 8 down to 7.5. 56% are leaning Detroit. 63% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Marlins are minus 105 on the money line. Detroit plus $1.80 on the run line. Caleb Smith for the Fish. Spencer Turnbull for the Tigers. Miami ranks 10th in road hits allowed. Give me Miami minus 105 in the under 7.5 in that game. Next matchup, Reds, Brewers, 740 Milwaukee. The Brewers open $1.40, total at 9. We're seeing a nickel move toward the Brewers and movement downward on the total, 145 and 8.5. Once again, the Brewers open $1.40 up to minus 145. Total open 9 down to 8.5. 69% are leaning Brewers, 56% shaded toward the over. Right now, Cincinnati's plus $1.30 on the money line. Milwaukee plus 140 on the run line. We have Sonny Gray for the Reds, Gio Gonzalez for the Brewers. And I forget who said it in the comment section, but about a week ago, somebody commented, Sonny Gray really sucks. But anyway, Sonny Gray. 0-4 with a 4.09 ERA for Cincinnati. Gio Gonzalez on the other side. What can I say? 2-0, 1.69 ERA. Give me Milwaukee minus 145 and the under 8.5 in that game. Next matchup, we have Seattle at Texas. 8:05 Eastern first pitch. Give me Texas winning that one outright. Next matchup, White Sox at Houston. That's going to be an 8:10. Excuse me. Man, really got a bad cold here today. White Sox at the Astros. You know what it was? It was an 11.5-hour shift at work yesterday. Just working my ass. Work sucks, man. Dude, somebody just donate, all I need is $3,000 a month on Patreon. I'll make a new membership tier and just keep funneling money into there, and I'll quit my job. That's all I need is $3,000. I'll be taking a massive pay cut, but it'll be worth it. Because my health is bad because of this job. But anyway, I shouldn't complain. I come from a family full of retired steelworkers, like they actually worked. I just sit at a desk and crunch numbers and do reports and send emails and verify trade agreements and validate promo codes and shipping rates and all that. It sucks, man. Damn, what am I doing with my life? But anyway, I sold out for the money. I had it made and then sold out for the money. But anyway, White Sox at the Astros, 8:10 Eastern first pitch in Houston. Give me Houston -1.5 in the over, 8 runs in that game. Next matchup, Royals, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern first pitch in St. Louis. The Cards open $1.75, total 9.5. Nickel fade of the Cards and movement downward on the total, 170 and 9 flat. Once again, the Cardinals open 175 down to -170. Total open 9.5 down to 9 flat. 74% are leaning Cardinals, 77% shaded toward the over. Right now, Kansas City's +155 on the money line. Cardinals +1.05 on the run line. Homer Bailey for the Royals. Michael Wacha for the Cards. Homer Bailey's coming into this game with a 5.36 ERA, which is actually, I think, his best ERA at this point in the season in his career. Michael Wacha, 3-1 on the year. Give me St. Louis -170 and the over 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Braves, Giants, 9:45 San Francisco. The Braves open $1.25, total at 8. And since those markets open this one up, we're seeing a steady movement on both the money line and the total. A 15-cent fade of Atlanta on the money line and movement downward on the total down to 7.5. So once again, the Braves open $1.25 down to -110. Total open 8 down to 7.5. 65% of the consensus is leaning toward Atlanta. 60% shaded toward the over. We have Julio Teheran for the Braves, Sean Anderson for the Giants. Atlanta's 5th in hits, 7th in hits allowed on the road. The Giants, on the other side, winners in just 4 out of their last 13 at home. They're also winning just 31% of their games as the official home underdog. And when it comes to the total, San Fran's 80% to the under in their last 5. Give me the Braves -110 and the under 7.5 in that game. Next matchup, Twins, Angels, and that's going to be a 10:07 Eastern first pitch in Los Angeles. The Twins, I really like them. Give me the Twins -105 and the under 9.5 in that game. Next matchup, it's going to be our last one. Arizona, San Diego, 10:10 Eastern first pitch in San Diego. The Padres open -105, total 6.5, pretty much open as a pick'em contest, coin flip. And since those markets open this one up, the Padres taking a little bit of money here. They're up to -110. Total moved up to 7 flat. So once again, San Diego open 105 up to -110. Total open 6.5 up to 7 even. 70% are leaning Diamondbacks, 52% shaded toward the under. Zach Greinke for the D-backs, Strom for the Padres. Greinke is 6-1 with a 2.78 ERA. Strom comes into this game just 1-3 on the year. Arizona's 7th in road scoring, 3rd in road hits. San Diego, well, they're putting up just 3.7 runs per contest on average. That puts them at 27th in Major League Baseball. I like Arizona -105 in the under 7 runs in that matchup there.